Okay, something I'll say about using that Rust-Oleum Restore is it is hard to paint with. It's very thick. It's 4 to 10 times thicker than your average latex paint, depending on which type of Restore product you purchased. But like I said, you may want to give the fence a nice light sanding. I opted not to sand. I just kind of sprayed off all the dirt. But at the same time, I'm going through and sweeping it just to kind of get rid of any real loose debris that might still be clinging to the fence. You're going to see there we got some dandruff coming off the fence essentially. Some of the fence is just so weather worn it just, you know, kind of disintegrates underneath the broom. But if I break these planks in half, we still got solid redwood. So these planks, these pickets, sorry, are still in very great condition. They're just weather worn on the surface. So we'll go ahead and keep sweeping it for a while, and then we'll break up the paint and slap it on. Alright, so hopefully you've sanded your fence. I opted not to. I chose to just go over it with a broom. Feel free to go to your hardware store and replace a couple pickets. This one here was a replacement job I did in the last video. The board had become cracked and I decided to replace it, and I even recycled the old nails from the last plank and they were still great. They went right in. It's holding it tight. Wiggle on that fence, that's not going anywhere. Alright, let's get down to painting. Again, I chose to use the Rust-Oleum Restore paint, not the stain. Don't let that discourage you from using the stain. It costs about the same amount of money whether it's the paint or the stain, so it's not like I made a horrible mistake here. And as shown you, I am quite happy with the results. It's been very strong paint, but you know, it's only been a few months. We haven't had the test of time, and I'll do a follow-up video if I feel this is not holding up to the test of time. But again, help other people by posting in the comments what you think. Is it a horrible idea to paint your fence instead of stain your fence? Yeah, we'll see. Let's go ahead and put that camera down here. Alright. Paint your fence, stain your fence. I'm not a professional, I don't know. Spent quite a bit of money doing this project. These barrels are about $65 for 2.5 gallons. As you can see here, this stuff is thick. It is very, very, very thick, like plaster. This is not a stain. This is the Rust-Oleum Armor paint. It is, I think the barrels here are advertising, what, 4 times stronger than paint? The cans are advertising 10 times stronger than paint. They may be 2 separate products. Now, along the side of my fence here, I used a flat roller. This time I'm going to opt to use the Rust-Oleum recommended textured roller. Let's see if that makes much of a difference. We've come to the corner of my fence, so this is a good time to transition. Okay, while painting, make sure you're wearing some work gloves, and this will protect your hands from getting just paint on it in general. You see here, I've transitioned to the Rust-Oleum recommended roller instead of a traditional flat roller. This is a textured roller. I had used the flat roller on the white side of the fence that you can kind of see in the corner of the shot here, where I'm tapping the roller at, and this is the unpainted side. So let's get started. See if this helps the paint go on any easier than what it has been. It's been thick and it's been difficult to work with. But again, the results have been wonderful, so don't think just because I'm complaining about how difficult the paint is to use that it's been a bad outcome. It's been a great outcome. Alright, so get your roller in there. Look at that. That's just soaking up that paint, ain't it? see how far we can go. Remember, I'm one-handing this because I'm holding the camera with the other hand. Alright. Now we're in the corner. Let's try not to get paint on my camera, that'd be horrible. Going down. See that nice textured finish? We're just going to keep going up and down until this entire paint is the way we want, or entire fence is the way we want it. I won't be able to finish the whole fence. I'm doing this on a budget, so I'm buying, you know, just one barrel of paint at a time. There's my barrel down there. And doing it in between rainy spring days here. We got a nice, good, warm weather for next couple days, so this has made it a perfect opportunity to paint again. Okay guys, I'll let you keep watching me paint, and then we'll see how well this dries. Since I am painting a fence, I do want to put it down a piece of cardboard near the bottom of the fence, or some ground cover to prevent me from getting dirt on my rollers, or I just don't paint all the way to the ground. You decide, this is your project. How much energy you want to put into it is up to you. Wear clothing you don't mind getting paint on. Corners are kind of difficult. I recommend using a paintbrush. Well, we finished that corner, huh? Alright, you don't need to see me continue just to painting this fence, it's boring, so we'll just go right to what I got through for today. Good luck on your project. Alright, a little progress update. There's what we painted so far. That's what I have left to go. Next time I'm going to go get a paint sprayer and do this. But unfortunately this Rust-Oleum product is too thick for a spray painter. I think this might be my last bucket, and then maybe I can see if I can't find just a white stain and give in. And go do a white stain, try to match it. Spray it the rest of the way. Woo! It's a lot of work, but look how much prettier that looks than the unpainted side. Alright, I ran out of paint and budget for the day. Basically, I've used about 10 gallons of paint from that far corner up to here. What is that, about 200 feet or so? And I have another 200 feet to go. And I've been painting it by hand. Now, I love the Rust-Oleum Restore product, the armor paint, but it is hard to paint by hand and is too thick to go through a sprayer. So, I think from this point on, if I end up doing another video, you're going to see me break out the Rust-Oleum painting stain that they advertise with their Restore products and a sprayer. And that stain should be thin enough to hopefully go through the sprayer, and we'll finish this whole job in half an hour versus intermediate time in between weather and budget over the last 2 months that's taken me to get to this point. I'm broken, folks. I'm 34 years old and not 20. My body's telling me what is going on. There's fun toys like sprayers you could be using, but you're being too dang stubborn. So, alright, from now on we're going to go stain and a sprayer to finish this job. Thanks for following. We'll see if this series gets at least one more video. Bye bye.